Dominique, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Dominique. I'm half Thai. I'm a food writer, cookbook author, and founder of Asian food brand Wolf's Kitchen.
So if you could start by telling us a little bit about your journey, how you got to do what you're doing today, really, and the background that led to that.
Before I had kids, I was a singer-songwriter. I'd worked in recruitment. And there was a bit of a period of soul searching. What do I do with my life? I'm half Thai. My auntie used to make these amazing sauces, and actually it was in tasting one of these that literally was the light bulb moment. It was her tamarind sauce, and I had never knowingly had tamarind, although we have it all the time in things like pad thai, massaman curry. It's used a lot, as I found out on my recent trip. It's used a lot in Thai cuisine, but at that point, probably about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I'd never knowingly tried it. I remember being absolutely blown away and thought, you know what, this is what I can be passionate about. I've always loved sauces. Friends had always bought me cookbooks on sauces randomly, and I've been known to carry a bottle of Tabasco with me to go to the pizza place, right? So I'm always a sauce lover. So I knew it was something I could be genuinely passionate about. So a year into my business, I got an opportunity to go on this TV show, The Great Cookbook Challenge on Channel 4 with Jamie Oliver. It was all about the concept for a cookbook. It was something I was wanting to do anyway. I went on and somehow miraculously won the TV show. My concept was easy Asian inspired food. So it really kind of linked back to what I was doing with my products. By this time I had the 3 bottles, but I also had 2 spice pastes. So for me, it's all about giving people a really quick and easy way of getting Asian flavours on their tables. And that can be through one of my recipes or through one of my products. So the show was amazing. I essentially put the business on hold for 3 years while I wrote 2 cookbooks. So Dominique's Kitchen was what I did when I won the show, and then the Asian Pantry last year. Fast forward now, I've been spending the last sort of year mainly working on Wolf's Kitchen. So I wear lots of different hats. I also do lots of recipes still. So I've got recipes coming out with good food. And of course, I got the very amazing opportunity to travel to Thailand with you guys and write about it in Good Housekeeping. So I'm a food writer, a travel writer, food business owner. I do lots of different things.
So there's so many avenues that I could go down there. Singer-songwriter, you chucked in there quickly. You won a TV show with Jamie Oliver. So yeah, and you've started a company selling sauces. So there's a huge amount of things I could unpack, but I'm going to start with your background. So how you're half Thai, you mentioned. How important was that to you in creating the business that you did?
I mean, it's absolutely a core part of it. That is why I exist, I guess. Although I'm half Thai, so, didn't always get Thai food, those are the flavours that have always stuck with me. I remember my mum making Thai curries. Admittedly, she probably used a paste, which is the one I use as well. But it's the smells, those sort of really deep, umami, funky smells that you get from a Thai curry, which really I just absolutely love. I've always been drawn to that kind of food. And I think I started really experimenting more with cooking when I left home about 19, 20. And I started with my boyfriend, who's now my husband. We would cook together. And the very first time I made a Thai curry was not under the gaze of my mother, however. I'd got a sachet of mayploy from the Asian supermarket, and we just put the whole packet in for a curry for 2. And obviously that, well, not obviously, but that is a portion for quite a few more than 2. So we blew our heads off in the very first curry we made, but we persisted, and I particularly persisted. So I've always just loved the flavours. And for me, it's that spicy, salty, sour, sweet, which I think Thai food does brilliantly well. It is absolutely my favourite food because I just love, you get the zing, you get the spice, you get that sweetness. I just love the way it's all balanced. And those are the flavours that genuinely make me really excited.
So tell me a bit about your Auntie Deng.
So Auntie Deng used to come over to my house when I just had a newborn baby. Although she was in the UK when I was younger, it was really sort of probably 11 years ago that she and my mum would come over. The Thais love looking after their grandchildren. Mum would help with my kids and the cleaning, and Auntie Deng would make food. She had a pub kitchen in North London, and we were treated to so many amazing delights. Very, very lucky, to be honest, especially with a newborn baby when you don't have time to cook and you're too tired to do it. Massive jars, literally kilner jars of sauces. So one of them was called magic sauce. This was what they use in a lot of Thai restaurants as a base for stir fries. It was a reduction of oyster sauce, soy, fish sauce and sugar. this black sort of sauce, magic sauce that you'd use for pad see ew, pad kaprao, and all sorts of other dishes. Also bring this tamarind sauce, which was an absolute revelation. And she used to make this sort of prick king sauce as well, which was based on a red curry. So she brought me all these sauces, and I was very lucky. We would, even when she wasn't there, we'd be able to dig into one of her jars and quick stir fry, ready to go.
So you could taste it, whether she was there or not, you could taste it through the sauces. And that's
Exactly.
a really nice connection to what you do now, isn't it? So you're able to bottle that and give it to everyone.
Exactly.
Which is lovely. And what is it about tamarind? What does tamarind bring into Thai cooking?
Oh, it has got this sweet, sour tanginess, which you just can't find. It's irreplaceable. They use it. I didn't really realize until I went on the trip with you guys in the summer. I didn't know how ubiquitous it was. It's not just in pad thais and in curries. They will be selling fritters, and there'll be you could get deep fried massive prawns. I mean, the prawns in Thailand are gigumongous. And again, you get that with the tamarind. It's literally everywhere. So every menu will have loads of dishes. I also had an amazing sort of pomelo salad. I think it was pomelo and dried shrimp with a sweet, sticky tamarind sauce. So they use it everywhere in all sorts of dishes.
And you mentioned going on the trip to Thailand, discovering how much they use tamarind. Is there anything else that you learned about Thai cooking and your relationship with the family?
I met Auntie Deng moved back to Thailand about, how old is it? About 8 years ago now, actually. So I saw her. I've only seen her once before, the year before. So I saw her and I asked her all about tamarind. And here in the UK, we use a ready-made sort of brown concentrate. It can be called tamarind concentrate or tamarind puree. There's an Indian one which is dark black, which they use more in sort of Indian cooking, and the one they use in Thai cooking is brown. But in Thailand, a lot of people will make it fresh. So you'll get the sticky pods, which they then sort of add water to, and they use their fingers in sort of water, a basin with water, to really sort of squeeze it and get all the kind of pulp out, and then they sieve it. And that's what my auntie used to do when she was making tamarind, and she told me, which I hadn't realised, is that her mother used to do it. So my mother hadn't passed this on to me, but Auntie Deng said that actually her mother had done tamarind this way. So that was a really nice thing to learn. And I actually made it myself. I was in Chiang Mai with Chef Guy, and we did a whole sort of menu of different things, and we made the tamarind. So that was really nice to actually try that.
What dish on this trip surprised you, even as someone who's written cookbooks and cooks Thai food all the time? What surprised you?
So I might cheat and not give you one answer, but we went to this Eastern restaurant called, I don't know if I've got the pronunciation right, Sri Tat in Bangkok, and it's Eastern cuisine, so slightly different. And there was a sweet sour pork dish which was amazing, not sweet and sour, but it was a curry, almost like a red curry, but with a tangy sweet note. They also did this crab dip. Now, this is not something we have over here, and not something I would actually have gone for, but they presented us to it, and it was delicious. It was warm, and it was coconutty, and it was sweet, but it also had that savoury note with that sort of brown crab flavour. So that was absolutely delicious. But I guess two of my absolute favourite dishes were the yum khao tod. There's a restaurant in King's Cross called Super Wan, and I first had it probably 2018, 2019. And the yum khao tod, which is a Thai crispy rice salad, I remember trying it and again being blown away. I recreated it in my head and did it on the final for the Great Cookbook Challenge, and the judges loved it. So this is a dish that's also very close to my heart. So of course I had to have it, and it was phenomenal. The abundance of herbs you get in Thailand it literally is incredible. They have so much. So you get this sort of crispy rice salad, but with tons of fresh herbs, even more than you'd get here. And the ginger there is much more mild, so they sort of cut that up and put it in there. I also had miang. So that is one of my favourite dishes. You make a sort of really sticky sweet tamarind sauce, and the miang is in this betel leaf, which is an edible leaf that doesn't have too much flavour. You could use a large spinach leaf, I guess, and you get an assortment of really finely chopped up ingredients like dried shrimp, onions, chilies, and so on. And you put that in, and peanuts and coconut, and you put it in your mouth in one go, and you eat it, and it's sensational.
And is there one sort of familiar Thai dish which tasted completely different in Thailand?
Well, familiar. One of the dishes is you get over there is pad kaprao. Now, what I hadn't appreciated is we all think maybe pad thai might be the national dish. I don't know. But actually, Minnie said that pad kaprao is the most popular Thai dish. So it's done very quickly. You can get it when you go to one of these stalls, they've got everything set up. You can have it within 2 to 3 minutes. And it just tastes, actually, they use much more herbs again than I've had over here. So they use tons of the Thai basil, and it's just really, really aromatic.
Delicious, delicious. So when you were traveling, was there a moment where, you really got that, God, this is what I love about traveling. This is kind of why I travel.
Oh, I mean, I just love going to the market and seeing what's going on. You just sort of get a sense of day-to-day life, especially when you're going to a market that isn't particularly touristy. And even though there was actually in Ari, which is not a particularly tourist area, I don't think I saw many Farang. There was a fruit market, and I remember it was about 9:30 at night, which is home time for us, us Brits in that sense. But the food market was just getting going, and I've never seen so much fresh fruit. I mean, I love Thai fruit. It's so delicious. It's the ripest, most sweetest stuff you'll get. Oh, it was just amazing. I also loved going down around the breakfast. We did a breakfast tour in Chiang Mai, and it's not something I would normally do. And you get to have all these wonderful things, and having a guide just to sort of pinpoint stuff on the menu to have was really, yeah, really fantastic.
Yeah, and see some temples as well in around the.
You do the temples, you go on the boat, and that is definitely part of it. If I went back with my kids, we'd definitely take them on the boat. They have to see this. What is it? 60 meter? I can't remember how tall it is, but it's giant golden Buddha. I mean, they go big in Thailand.
They certainly do. And having local guides with you, what did that unlock for you that you maybe wouldn't have found on your own or found in previous trips?
Oh yeah, I mean, now I've had a guide, I don't want a guide moving forward, because they have local insider knowledge. I have been stung many trips, not specifically Thailand, but I've gone to places in Europe, all over the place, and because you don't have that insider knowledge, it's really easy to go to a tourist trap or somewhere that isn't good. And I've done that many, many times. With a guide, this person knows what they're doing, so you can trust them that they're going to take you somewhere that's got great food. 100%, that is something I would recommend, something I would do again. Yeah, brilliant.
So, you mentioned earlier Chef Guy, who you met in Chiang Mai. What did you learn in Chef Guy's kitchen? And was there anything that you added or changed how you cook at home?
I mean, visiting Chef Guy was fantastic. It's set in the beautiful countryside. And again, I hadn't appreciated just how abundant all these herbs and sort of this fresh produce is in Thailand. We went to the garden and picked betel leaves, and they were literally like nettles. They were everywhere. And here, they're very hard to get hold of. But over there, you can get millions of them. We pulled out lemongrass. I'd never pulled out lemongrass before. Ginger, turmeric, all sorts of things. And actually, the vegetables and those kinds of herbs and spices are very different to how they are here. You get young ginger, which is really mild and delicate. You can eat some of the types of garlic with their skin on because they're so mild and they're soft. I love the processes. And she actually did use, I think she said they use a paste for the cow soy. So we made cow soy, which is Chiang Mai's, I don't know whether you'd call it the national dish, but it's certainly a really popular dish from Chiang Mai that you see everywhere there. And it's a really creamy, coconutty chicken soup with noodles on it. Really stunning, very, very delicious. And it's actually not that tricky to make. You have the curry paste, and a similar style of cooking to me actually, and you boil or you simmer the chicken in it, and it just comes really tender and falls off the bone. We made sausages. I'd never made sausages before. They're called I can't remember sa'ur. I'm not sure I've got the pronunciation on them. They are a fermented sausage, and again, just a really interesting process. We did the tamarind and the miang, which it's just so amazing. I definitely would be making that again. I think just as an experience, it really makes you look at all the different ingredients. When you are able to get them that fresh, you appreciate it more.
And Chef Guy is also a very cool lady, isn't she?
Very cool, and her English is amazing. She told me she went to New Zealand when she was 12 or 13 and lived there for, until she was an adult.
Yeah. She's super cool. I also had the best coffee from Chef Guy in the whole of Thailand for sure, by some distance. Moving on to hotels. So did you have any, gosh, I could stay here forever?
Oh my God. I mean, all the hotels, they were stunning in their different ways. I mean, I felt very spoiled, I must say. The Siam is beautiful. I would go back with my husband just to really enjoy that, sensational. You've got a view. It's just gorgeous. You feel like you are royalty when you're in there. This very opulent, massive room with huge bathroom, bigger than my house, all of this kind of stuff. So that was amazing. The Three Pillars in Chiang Mai, I would love to have stayed longer actually, because they did have a little pool and I had half an hour because it is busy when you're on a work trip, it's fantastic. And it's one of a kind really, but you don't get that much downtime. So I had half an hour by the pool and I got a magazine and I sat there, and half an hour by the pool was just heaven. It literally was blissful. So I could definitely go back there again and just appreciate, because it's in the sort of lovely gardens, very chilled.
Siam does actually have they have quite a good family side of things actually there. They've got a whole kind of cinema area and a little sort of breakout area for the kids and things like that. That was so. Is there a memory from a sort of quiet moment you just mentioned by the pool, or just something that really stayed with you?
I do think the pool. I did love being by the pool. To be honest, we did some tuk-tuk trips when we were. I think it was Chiang Mai. We did some temple footage, and I was in the tuk-tuk going around. It was just lovely at that point in time. It might have been being filmed, but it was on my own essentially, and it's just lovely to be able to sort of absorb the fact that I was away, and try and sort of enjoy the moment. Because the last time I was in Chiang Mai was probably 1999, so I hadn't really done that. But I think the whole trip, it is a bustling place. You don't often, especially when you go to Bangkok, you are surrounded by people the whole time. And I actually love that hustle and bustle. You sort of makes you feel like you're away and you're doing something that you definitely would not be doing. But yeah, the pool with a magazine is fantastic. And actually there was an afternoon tea at the Three Pillars, and that could have spent more time there because it's just beautiful, sort of teak colonial environment with beautiful ceremonial tea and delicious food that comes with it. So that was also a gorgeous moment.
Yeah, I think the buzz of Bangkok is something else, isn't it? It always makes you feel, yes, I'm here, I'm Bangkok, I'm travelling, I'm excited, there's things going on. Yeah,
it's
an exciting place. It's that thing, if you're tired of London, you're tired of life. If you're tired of Bangkok, much more so, I think it's fun. So for someone nervous about trying Thai street food, what is your best tip?
So if someone is nervous about trying Thai street food, there are a few things I would recommend. First up is getting a guide. As I said before, that will simplify the whole process and definitely give you peace of mind. The second is Michelin Bib Gourmand. They cover all sorts of places, not just the fancy ones. So I've been to street food stalls where they have that as well. And every single time I've been, you get a really excellent quality of food. So that is another one that you can rely on. And the third actually is, in the absence of those two, find somewhere that's busy, that's got lots of people in it, lots of locals if possible. And then you know that it's fresh and then you've got good quality food that the locals want to go to as well.
Yeah, awesome. And if someone wants to taste Thailand in just one dish, and this is going to be a really tough question, what do they order first?
Oh, very tough question. I think it's more about what you put on your table. But look, if you've only got one dish and you want to experience Thai food, then I would say, and this is a tough one, I would say yum khao tod. You've got loads of herbs in there, which is really Thai, and you've got the most amazing dressing. So the Thai dressing to me is Thailand. It's lime juice, fish sauce, sugar, chili. So you've got that spicy, salty, sour, sweet. So it's got the flavour profile. It's got umami as well from the fish sauce in there. So I would definitely go for that. Textures, sensational dish. If you can find it, definitely try it.
And where can you find it in London?
So I have been to quite a few Thai restaurants. The only place I have managed to find yum khao tod is at Super Wan in King's Cross. So highly recommend the restaurant. The owner's from Phuket and it's got loads of dishes on there, vast selection. And I've been many times, tried most of the menu, and they're all fantastic.
You took us there as well, and that was great. I've subsequently been back as well, so that was an awesome tip. And then I found out a friend of mine lives near there and gets it for takeaway kind of every week.
Oh my gosh, that's lucky.
Incredibly jealous. Yeah. That seemed really unfair. What did you come home with, apart from your memories?
So when I came back from Thailand, I bought a few things. One of them was a few different types of tamarind, actually. The coach driver had given me these tamarind sweets. He said that when they're studying, you have these. So instead of Pro Plus, you take these tamarind sweets, which are, you've got the sort of tartness of the tamarind, which apparently wakes you up, and the sort of coating of granules of sugar, which gives you that energy boost. So I bought some of those back to try them. I also brought back some tamarind from the market, which was sort of squidgy, if you like, that you could then put your boiling water on and then sort of squeeze it and get your tamarind paste out of. I also bought some makeup because it's a lot cheaper. So I got a very good value eyeliner that was about £2.
I like that. I didn't know that you could tamarind wake you up. I mean, that this is from the home of Red Bull as well. So
Yeah.
that's really good. Now, if you could bottle one feeling from this trip, from this journey, what would it be?
If I could bottle one feeling from the trip to Thailand, it would be excitement. That's how I feel when I go to a market and I'm just really excited about what I'm going to try. Everything looks so intriguing and I can't wait to eat as many things as I can. So yeah, definitely excitement.
Brilliant. Okay. Dominique, thank you very much.
See you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.